in short bursts.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead and start talking.
Hi, I'm Brady Skaggs. Welcome to our Lakefront Learning Laboratory at Pontchartrain Conservancy. Today, Will and I are going to talk to you about our program and the Lakefront Learning Laboratory requirements for participation in the program. So the Lakefront Learning Laboratory will be divided up into 4 different sections for this training session. First is an introduction to Pontchartrain Conservancy and the project. We'll also have training modules on health and safety, sample collection, and sample analysis. So project intro. Pontchartrain Conservancy is an organization that's been around since 1989. We have 3 primary areas that we focus on: research, education, and advocacy to improve our basin remember the mission statement.
It's overly long.
It's too long.
The mission statement created by conglomeration of opinions, and one of them was there.
Pontchartrain Conservancy envisions an environmentally sustainable, prosperous, and resilient region. The LLL program is made possible by the Gulf of Mexico Alliance, Hess Corporation, Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality, and Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality. Pontchartrain Conservancy currently measures water quality metrics from around the basin at 12 different sites. We've been collecting this data and information since 2001, and this data and information is useful in helping make decisions. This data is helpful in making decisions about water quality across the basin, what is considered safe to swim, or what areas may be impacted by fecal pollution. This program is a program that has very strict requirements as far as quality assurance and quality control, and therefore we don't have volunteers assist us with the program usually. With that said, we had some pretty significant spillway openings in 2018, 2019, and 2020. These spillway events have resulted in the suppression of salinity across the basin, as well as observations of floating invasive plants and algal blooms across the basin. In 2018, we had a lot of calls from the public about algal blooms and what could potentially be a harmful algal bloom. We've been able to leverage new satellite technology so that we can capture or address areas of concern. And we've also been on historic sampling runs where we've tried to go out ourselves and capture information or water quality samples for further analysis. But this can be extremely time intensive, and sometimes having boots on the ground or volunteers closer to this area of observation would be a much more expedient way of collecting data and making decisions. We've also seen plastic pollution increasing in different areas across our basin. You may have seen some of this plastic trash wash up on lakeshore after a tropical event. Plastic pollution breaks down and enters the food web, but overall it's extremely persistent. So this project will be looking at capturing some data and information related to microplastics, the pieces of plastics that have broken down from larger plastic pollution. This project is also looking to capture information around volunteer participation. So how reliable will our volunteers collect a sample? Will that sample and information be precise and accurate? How reproducible are the results? And how engaged do our participants remain over the course of the study? For us, this is really important in making future requests for community science-based programs. If we have a lot of interest and participation and our participants remain engaged, we are hopeful that we can expand or ask for similar projects in the near future. Our citizen scientists will be asked to collect 3 different...
Wait. Community scientists.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I do have to scrub and clean up the slide deck, and I literally read that right off the slide. Our community scientists will be asked to collect 3 different pieces of information and analyze those water samples here at our LLL. The first is microplastics. You'll be asked to identify and to count the different type of microplastics that you observe in your water samples. Second, algae. We are asking our participants to measure algae in the form of chlorophyll A. We have a fluorometer that will perform that assessment and that count of algae in a water sample. And finally, salinity. Salinity is a relatively conservative parameter, but it gives us information about how salty or fresh a water is. With the increase in spillway openings, we have questions about salinity throughout the basin. All of this sample analysis is to be performed at our South Shore LLL site. Soon, we hope to be releasing information about an LLL site on the North Shore. We're going to reach out to you when we have more information about when that site will open. Obviously, it's a new age for all of us, and COVID-19 is a challenge. Right now, we're limiting our LLL site on the South Shore to 10 participants. If you have any concerns about coming into the laboratory and being around other people or too close to people, please call ahead and we'll try to work you in or to reserve a space for you during your time. Health and safety. So health and safety. Venturing into the environment can be a potentially dangerous endeavor. We are going to give you some tips to look out for when venturing into your environment to collect these samples. Now, participating in this program requires completion of a waiver form. You cannot participate in our program without completing this waiver form. What can I expect to encounter when I'm out in Louisiana completing sample collection? Here you see 4 different types of dangerous animals you may encounter while you're out in the field. Which one to you is the most dangerous? Well, mosquitoes are particularly dangerous. They carry a wide range of different infectious diseases, and we have observed things like West Nile virus or other potentially harmful diseases in Southeast Louisiana. Certainly take precautions and don't approach these dangerous animals, though, if you are out in the field and happen to see them. What about this slide? What do you happen to notice is dangerous about this particular slide? Sun and weather is, or can be, a potentially dangerous hazard for folks that are sampling. Be sure to wear long sleeves if you're venturing out into the sun. Bring plenty of fluids with you. Stay hydrated. If you feel faint, return to your car, turn on the air conditioner. Make sure to remove yourself from that heat source as much as possible. A third risk that is commonly encountered are slips, trips, and falls. Slips, trips, and falls can happen if you're approaching a waterway or a water bank that happens to have a rocky eddy with a very slippery surface on it. Do not try to collect a water sample from an embankment that happens to have slippery algae on it. Will is going to talk in the sample collection portion of this video to talk about how you can build or fabricate for yourself a sampling collection device. What do you notice is dangerous in this picture? This is perhaps one of the riskiest endeavors in the entire program, traveling distances in your vehicle. When you're traveling long distances, be sure to put the cell phone away and arrive to your destination safely. For folks that are transversing the causeway and are coming back and forth, it's a lot of time to spend on the open road. Please be careful and mindful of your driving environment. It's always important to consider, don't put yourself or others at risk just to collect a sample. If you are unsure or feel that gut check about a potentially risky sample collection, put it away or move along to a different site. It's not worth the risk. Never capture or collect a sample if you feel unsafe. All right, that's it. It wasn't too terribly bad.